I'm Mike Muldoon, and I just want to welcome you all to our June episode of the Seacoast Small Business Spotlight, located here on Seacoast, New Hampshire. Exciting place to be, I would say, if you are an entrepreneur. It's getting to be really cool, and I have a really special guest tonight. He is one of our members, but he is more than that. He is a really special entrepreneur, and he's got a great story to tell, and we can't wait to be able to tell a little bit more of his story tonight. And Shaq, I'm really excited to have you here. I appreciate it. We want to also thank our sponsors for Cowerc, as well as sponsors for the show. So we want to actually thank Experiment, which is located on Islington Street in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They are one of our sponsors for the Seacoast Small Business Spotlight. They help with your used Macs, iPads, iPods, and help fix them if there's a crack. And Shaq, you know what we're talking about, right? That's happened to you, right? You dropped it, and sometimes you need to have it fixed, and they're a great place to be able to do that. So we're excited to have them as a sponsor, and excited to be able to bring you the Seacoast Small Business Spotlight tonight. So if you're watching online, thank you. We got our live audience here, which is pretty awesome. We just had some people join us. Yeah, see? You can hear it. There's actually people here. We're not lying. It's for real. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a roaring crowd, but we still got some people here, which is definitely awesome. So if you're joining us either on Instagram Live or on Facebook Live, we're social. You know what I mean? So it's cool. You can watch there. So, Shaq, with that, again, thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate it. The first time we met, you struck me as just such a great guy, but just such a great entrepreneur with a great story. And so tonight I want to go over a little bit of that and kind of ask you some questions. So thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. So first off, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and, obviously we know you started a business. That's why you're here, right? But obviously every entrepreneur has a story. What's your story that led up to this business? And can you tell us a little bit about that? And everybody out there, too.
So my family is Jamaican. My mother, she was here in the U.S. in Queens, New York, in 96, and she had me. And then so I was born in the U.S. and then I spent my whole childhood in Jamaica because my family had to go back because my mom was only working here. And Jamaica's, everyone sees the resorts and all the beaches and nice things, but Jamaica's not all that. My family, we grew up poor. Things were hard. My parents, I'm one of 10 siblings, and so we're a huge family, and it was tough, but so the reason why I started this business was sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to this, but
it's all right. It's all right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just us talking, man. That's what it is.
So I started this business because, being one of 10 kids, my family had to budget a lot, and one of the things we had to budget was clothes. And I remember a lot of my clothes when I was younger were hand-me-downs and really inexpensive used clothes. I remember one year I saw my brother get a sweatshirt that I really, really liked. And I was thinking to myself, wow, I can't wait for him to outgrow that. That was one of the highs. So when I started this company, Royalty Apparel, a year ago, I really wanted to bring affordable clothing, but I did not want to sacrifice quality for price. And so I did all I could. I did all the research to find affordable clothes that was still really good quality. And my goal is to bring people who struggle really nice clothes, but at an affordable price.
Yeah.
So that's why I started this company.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. And like I said, the first time you told me the story, I was like, wow, it's awesome. And I saw your picture, and we kind of connected in pieces like that. I was like, hey, what's going on? What are you trying to do? And I think it's just amazing that you saw a problem and you said, hey, let's try and provide a solution. And I think that's great entrepreneurs do that. And I appreciate you doing that, for sure. So, but you started a business, and that's you're not. John Meehan was last month, right? And John, we'll say John is a little bit older than you. I think you did that, right? A little bit older, right? And one of our questions we asked him is, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? That'd be hard because how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. So it's like a year ago. What would you tell yourself? Which is kind of funny if we had asked you that, right? Because about a year ago is when you started the business. Mm-hmm. So what was it that for you said, hey, I'm going to start a business? Like, because that's kind of hard. I mean, you got to figure those pieces out. So why did you say I'm gonna do it? I'm gonna kind of put myself out on the map.
Well, I fell in love with the idea of working for myself,
Okay.
and I really wanted to have a business. I talked to my sister-in-law about a business, and when I thought about it, I was just thinking to myself, if I start a business, I want to start something that I'm passionate about. I want to start something that I would want to wake up every day and try to push myself to better it. And when I thought about it, I remember my story. I thought about everything, my past, and I said, I really want to do this because I remember how when I was in elementary school and growing up, being that kid with the same clothes every year, or, old clothes, hand-me-downs. People saw my brother wearing a shirt that I was wearing. I said, this is something I'm passionate about, and I want to help other people who feel that like they're not special because of what they wear, and so that's why I wanted to have this business. Excuse me.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that you were fulfilling not only a need that you saw out there, but something that you could relate to, and I think that's awesome because I think that it really shows the true heart of what your business is, which is I think which I respect completely. And that kind of gets us to the questions like, why did you start an apparel business? And also, what was your first product? Like, what was your first product when you went out there with it? Do you remember?
Yeah, when I first started, it was definitely hoodies.
Okay.
I thought hoodies everyone loves a hoodie. And then I went to t-shirts, and then from there, I just kind of took off. I found more products. We got hats, and now we're starting an athletic side to the business. We have gym clothes and all type of other athletic wear.
Which I know there's an angle there because you were an athlete, right? So tell us a little bit about that. We were actually talking about that a little bit before we kind of went live with everything. So tell everybody, high school, everything else like that. What'd you do? Yeah.
So I was a really good soccer player. It was my best sport, but I stopped playing to play football, and I've always been a basketball player. I love basketball, and I did do a little bit of track growing up too. Sports was huge for me when I was growing up.
Yeah. And then played some basketball when I cut it, right? Type of thing like that. Yeah, we were talking about that. Didn't quite win the championship that year, right?
No, we almost had it. We were close.
Yeah, definitely with it. But that's good. And I think, so you've grown the brand, or at least the number that are there. But why'd you call it royalty? What was the reason for that?
It was all about how I wanted the customers to feel. Okay. The brand is really geared towards the customers. From the prices to everything that I do it for the customers. I want them to feel like royalty.
Okay.
From the minute you open the package to putting on the clothes to wearing it around, when you look at the price tag, I want you to feel like this is here for you.
Got it. Yeah, that's awesome. And so what's you kind of told me a tagline when you buy something for a brand, you become what? Type of thing. You become part of the
Royal family.
Yeah, I thought that was so awesome when you told me. It's like, I was thinking with all the stuff, just recently with the big marriage that I think everyone saw online type of thing like that. That's the royal family, but it's a different way, right? I mean, it's somewhat the same because it's a family, but you feel better about that.
Yeah. So I want to get I don't want to say personal with the customers, but I do want to be connected to them. I don't want it to just be a business transaction. And so the royal family is I don't want to just call my customers customers. They're like family to me, I really want to treat them like family. And so I called when you buy clothes, you can always sign up to a newsletter, and I always send you updates and discounts just to make you feel, like you're part of the family.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I mean, it really is. So it's been a little over a year. You get a business, you start it out, you start seeing some sales, you get that excitement, like, okay, this is working, right? This is that, like, people are really looking at my brand and are in touch with it. What would you say so far has been your proudest moment, or a moment that you look at and you're like, yeah, that's something I'm really proud of?
Yeah, it's a tough one, but
yeah.
I think the proudest moment for me was this past winter. There was a basketball team in Seabrook, and it was the same basketball team that I played for. And I got the opportunity to sponsor that team and
Nice.
create some T-shirts for them. And so I made over 50 shirts for the different age groups there. And when I saw the kids playing in their shirts and the different kids coming up to me and telling me how much they like it, because I'm a coach there, that was
the feeling.
was good. Yeah,
that was the feeling.
It was a great feeling.
You're like, I could do it.
Yeah, yeah. The kids, they were great, and just knowing that I did something for Seabrook, and I love Seabrook. They did so much for me, made me feel at home, and so I felt really good.
Giving back feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get that chance to be able to do it, it's like, giving's just even better probably than receiving sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Right, for sure. And that's awesome. It's awesome that already early on in your business, you're giving back. You're giving back to the people who gave to you. And I think that's what I think struck me so much for you is you're very pure, you're very honest, you're giving back already to them. It's not about the revenue. It's about how can you help others through your brand, as well as how can you help them once you're able to give back too. I think that's awesome. That's so awesome. So with that, clearly that's a proud moment, but there's got to be some things that inspire you. I guess I ask you, like, what inspires you? Who inspires you? What helps you, keeps you going?
I have a lot of inspirations. One of my biggest inspirations is my parents, especially my mom. Like I said, I'm one of 10. It was really tough growing up, and my mom always taught me hard work. She always told me, you got to work hard for everything. And so when I wake up in the morning, I'm already motivated to work on my business because it's something I really love. But I just always remember what my mom told me, and I can always, even when I'm tired, I can always push through because I know my mom would be working twice as hard, and she did, and she did everything she could to give me a better life, for me to be able to come here and even be able to start this company. So my mom inspires me more than anyone.
It's awesome, man.
And I have other inspiration, like, not to toot Mike's horn, but Mike's one of my inspiration. I've always been fascinated with people who are always willing to not only give back but to help people at no cost, for no cost. And just starting the company and Mike being allowing me to come here, and he always giving me pointers and advices, and just seeing people that care about other people like that inspires me with the world. And those are traits that I look forward to try to put into myself, just being there for other people, even when there's no benefits for me.
Yeah.
Something you've shown me, and
I appreciate that.
Inspires me.
Yeah, and I think I like to hope that that's the way you give back, right? And that's the way, in some ways, we all make the world a better place, right? And the more that happens, Seacoast gets better and better and better, from things like that. I think, in fact, funny thing, I was looking, I think Seacoast Living said Hampton was in the top 10 for happiest places to be. So I was like, okay, Hampton, Seacoast, that's cool. Let's keep making it happier. It's definitely an important thing to do. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But I love that your mom has instilled that, because I think that's such a tribute not only to you, but a tribute to her and your parents to be able to say, all right, I'm sure if she's watching, I don't know if she's watching. I don't know if she does Facebook Live, if she's doing that type of thing,
she's not
or Instagram. She's not there. Sorry, Mom. We can record this and we'll send it to you too. But I think that's just a tribute that I'm sure makes her very happy to see you today doing that and working hard, because that's awesome. So I think with that, you think of yourself, you're one of a kind, all these pieces. I'm sure there may be some kids out there who are in high school right now watching this, or they'll watch it later or something. What advice would you give to a young entrepreneur in high school who wants to start a business? What would you say to them?
I'll tell them, when I first wanted to start the business, a lot of time people think having a business is easy. You think, I'm going to work for myself. Everyone starts to look way ahead and be like, I don't have to go to work every day, and I'm going to make a lot of money. But especially starting a business, at first you got to do a lot of work, a lot of research. You have to know what you're getting into. And a lot of the work you do, sometimes you don't make as much as you think you will make, especially starting out. But if it's something they really want, I tell them to go for it. But make sure you do your research and make sure you're ready to work, because if you're not willing to work hard, your business won't succeed.
It's true. That's great advice. Yeah, yeah. It is hard work, but there's something fulfilling about it, I think, too.
Yeah.
That you get all that hard work comes back to you. So that's awesome. So we got today. We got a year from you starting it. What's the future look like? What's 5 years down the road of royalties look like for you? Where do you want to see that?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's hard to say. Thinking back like a year ago where I thought I'd be today, I think I'm definitely ahead of where I thought I'd be. But I've always looked at it as I set little goals and I try to achieve each one. My first goal was to have a business, and once I had the business, it was to make a sale. Once I made a sale, it was to make a couple sales, and I just keep setting little goals. But in 5 years, I think I really want to start sponsoring more teams and find more ways to give back. I think that's what makes me the happiest about the brand. Being able to provide the clothes first of all at a discounted price. I would definitely want to make the inventory bigger, but for now, it's just all about, for me, giving back and having fun while I do it. And
yeah, that's important. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than I thought it would be, but it's still a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's definitely true. But I think you hit on that. Like, having fun is important too, because it's a lot of hard work, but you have fun doing that work that you do. So that's awesome. So we're gonna hit one of our standard questions, but we're gonna go very similar to what I asked John and Mia, and so we'll see what you have to say with this, which is, if you're driving down Route 1, or maybe the beach, wherever you want to be driving, somewhere on the seacoast, and I said, Shaq, here's a billboard. Okay, you get to put anything you want up on it. What would you put up on it for everybody to see? What would you say to them?
When I heard John answer that question, I really thought about it, and I didn't know what I would put, but I thought about it some more because I thought maybe I'd get the same question. And I was in the car today and I was playing a little music and I heard a song lyric from Kanye West, and it says, we're all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit it. And it's from one of his songs from one of his albums called The College Dropout. And it struck to me because I thought about it and I said, as humans, we're all self-conscious. I think that's why some people might not feel special, when you have clothes that aren't as nice, because you look at other people's clothes and you think, wow, that's really nice, and you start to say you have to match what everyone else has. And I think that can be a huge problem. And then I was just thinking, if I get that same question, I'm going to use this because, sometimes when you feel self-conscious about things, you should really realize what you do have. And with my brand, I really want to, people that, like I said, who can't afford the nicer clothes, give them nice clothes at an affordable price. And so while you're self-conscious, we're all self-conscious.
Yeah, so almost like make them feel better with what they're wearing. Yeah, that's awesome.
It ties into life too. We're self-conscious as humans. I think we're just programmed like that. I think everyone's self-conscious, and we always, no matter what, not just clothes. Sometimes you look at cars, people want to get nicer cars, so I just want, everyone's self-conscious.
Yeah. No, you're so right. Yeah, it's almost like we look inward. Yeah, look inward at yourself and realize like what you're grateful for, what you have. Yeah. And life is abundant, right? Yeah. We're lucky. Every day. Okay. So that's awesome. Now, and what about, you have anything exciting planned? Any really cool things coming up?
Yeah, I have a lot planned for this summer. First, we have a pop-up shop right here at Cowerc. Thanks for that too, Mike. We'll turn this office into a fully functioning store. We'll have a lot of our gear there, and everything will be discounted. I hope to see people there, but I understand that it's more for the experience and meeting the people that support royalty. And so June 30th, I'd like to see people there. And also this summer, I'm sponsoring a baseball team in Seabrook. It's a men's league baseball team, and they'll be playing, and I hope to catch some of their games. And I think that'll be exciting. And we have a basketball camp in Seabrook. It will be at the whole month of July and second week of August. I'm sponsoring coaching the little kids and some of the older kids.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. I mean, I think that's really cool for sure. That's awesome. So, I mean, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. I think that's awesome that you did. And I think that it's really great to be able to look at all the things that we have going on here at Cowerc. But I think for me, when I look at you, it's giving back. I mean, and like you said, it's kind of, everything becomes reciprocal, you know, for helping you out and you're helping somebody else out, and it keeps going and keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And I think that's the way, hopefully, the world works. And I think you pay it forward, right? And I think that's, hopefully, it's my ability to help you out is paying it forward, just like you're now paying it forward to other people. Maybe, you never know, maybe sponsorship someday we'll go to a Celtics game or something else like that.
Yeah, that'd be
gear, that'd be fine. Are you Celtics fan? I never asked you.
Oh yeah, I love the Celtics.
Okay.
It's a shame we lost to LeBron in Game 7, but
This is way too long. We can't talk about that. That's way too long. Things like that. You know, this is keep it a family show, as they say.
Yeah.
Type of thing as we do. But yeah, you never know. Well, I definitely want to thank you, Shaq, and for coming here. But I do want to open it up, and we'll see if we got anybody on Facebook that wants to ask any questions with it, and we'll see if maybe we have any questions from our studio audience. But so I'm gonna open up to our studio audience first, because they should get the first shot over our Facebook list. Anybody questions? You got a question? Go ahead. And your name is?
I'm Michael.
Okay, Michael. I'm Mike too, so that helps. Sure. All right. Awesome. Yeah.
So I'm thinking of being at the pop-up shop on June 30th. What's the time frame for the shop?
Yeah. That's a good question.
the shop will be 11 to 6. I say 6, but I'm willing to go until people stop coming.
Sure. We'll stay open.
Yeah, we'll be here, and there will be donuts.
Well, I mean, let's come on here. There's gonna be donuts. I mean, like, come on, folks out there. There's gonna be donuts. I mean, why wouldn't you be coming? Andrew just threw his hands up. My son, he's definitely coming. He said he told Shaq he's gonna help, and now they have donuts. He's gonna help you all day. So let's do it. Yeah, exactly. So, any other questions from our studio audience? Andrew, we got another one. Michael, yes, sure.
Are you on social media at all?
Oh yes, we're on Facebook and Instagram. Our Facebook is Royalty Apparel, on our Instagram Royalty Ramients. I would recommend to check both of them out. I'm always posting different deals on both of them, different deals and discounts. So probably something to check out if you're interested.
Cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, Facebook will have to post this and you can share it out there to everyone with it too to be able to see it. All right. Any other questions we got here? Andrew, you have
How much money are in stuff?
How much money is the stuff? I mean, that's a good question from a 7-year-old to be able to ask. Like, how much? Yeah. So I guess that's a great question actually. What's the cost of some of the items or things like
So depends on first off the material it is. Some of our stuff are different material and depends on the style of clothes. But the typical T-shirt go from anywhere from $20 to $30 tops, and usually everything else is between the 30 and 40 range, from hoodies to joggers, leggings, and shorts are between the 20 and 30 range.
I heard somebody told me that there might be some discounts at the pop-up shop, like a little bit, so you might be able to even get a better deal on that. But we can't say because you have to come and see, right? That's just how that works. Somebody told me that might be, but that's an excellent question, Andrew. I appreciate that for sure, definitely. Thank you, Rich. Any other questions from our audience with it?
I'm sure. Do you run this business by yourself, or do you have other people that help you?
For right now, I'm mostly by myself. It can be a lot of work. But usually I try to do the work whenever I have free time. I work 2 jobs and I'm going back to school full time, but some nights I'm up late just working, doing all I can, but for the most part it's by myself. There's people that give me a lot of little help. Mike, for example, he's been kind of like a good mentor. And I have another friend, Michael LaJoy. He does a lot of my writing. Whenever I need something written, I'll write it up and he'll edit it. And so I get help from people, but most of it is by myself.
That's good. Okay. Which is sometimes it's the hustle, right? Yeah. You just gotta hustle. Just like basketball. Yeah. You gotta hustle, right? I mean, so it's, whether you're doing that in basketball or in business, it's kind of the same. It's awesome. Okay, well, I think we're pretty much that. Lauren, you run the show here. Do we see any comments there from our Facebook friends? No, we're good. Okay, so they're a little shy. That's okay. We don't mind that. You check in the Instagram, see if we have anything there. She's checking. We have it. So that's good. We're going to wrap it up here and everything, but that means we're going to hang out here a little bit. So if we are going to have a Seacoast Small Business Spotlight in July, so we'll announce that one as well. So be sure to join us. Kind of either check us out on Facebook, or if you want to kind of come to a studio on us, because clearly it's a fun place to be, right? With it, and we even got food for afterwards and things like that. So that's cool if you want to come in. But I want to thank you, Shaq, definitely
Thank
for
you.
it for tonight. I appreciate you coming here and telling your story, because it can be hard. It can be hard to kind of share that whole story again. So I appreciate you being vulnerable and kind of telling that story and coming out and doing that, because I think that helps a lot of other people, and I appreciate you doing that today.
Thank you.
All right, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot, and I hope everyone has a great evening this evening.